What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to Modality Monday. Thank you for tuning back in. Salud, cheers to your love, cheers to your health, and cheers to your wealth. We're gonna get started the same way every time, getting hydrating our skin, our body, our minds, so that we can be as productive as we can and live a life of longevity. Thank you for tapping back in. Today's Modality Monday is a topic that has completely changed my life. Today we're going to talk about sobriety, what that means to me, and how sobriety has helped better my life and better other people's lives that I've seen that have chosen to live a life of sobriety. First off, I want to say I'm not going to sit here and tell people like, hey, don't drink. If it's something that you can handle, go ahead and live your life. For people as myself who had a very addictive personality, drinking just did not mix well with me at all. I think that in our society, which is beginning to change, I feel like I see a lot of people getting more conscious, more health conscious, wanting to better themselves. People are tired of seeing their grandparents, their parents die of cancer, die of alcoholism, die of diseases that are actually really easily preventable once you break out of the programming that we've been taught very young. And I know that for me, specifically in my generation, I started drinking very young, definitely being influenced by the movies, the TV, the music, and just remember being in high school, going to house parties, started out drinking very young. Probably the typical American high school experience, from what I see. Started drinking with my friends, and probably my sophomore year of high school is when I really started drinking. I played varsity my sophomore year, so just being exposed to the older crowd, going to house parties, drinking, doing all the drinking games, things like that. And for me, I think a lot of people know that tune into this. I had a long run with drugs and alcohol. Like I said, started my sophomore year, and then once I got out of high school and got into college, really started drinking a lot more. And then I ended up leaving college because I tore my ACL, so I dropped out. And I always personally told myself, if I didn't have sports for that discipline, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably have a pretty hard downfall, and that's exactly what happened. So since I was exposed to alcohol at a young age and smoking weed, once I got out of sports, I got into partying super hard. And from the age of about, I want to say 22 to when I got sober to 27, I was drinking almost every day. From the age of about 23 to 27, I was drinking every day. I was doing drugs a lot, like a lot. And I was just in a point of life where I had so much trauma built up that I was escaping my traumas through drinking, through alcohol. And it was really hard for me to get out of it. And I will say again, like, if you can handle it, if drinking's fun to you and you can handle it, have fun, do your thing. But I have seen alcohol ruin so many relationships. I have seen alcohol ruin so many lives, especially for someone like me. I come from a family where I think at this point in my life, I'm the only sober male on my maternal side. And I see how alcohol can be a hindrance if you can't control it. And I know that, like, for my experience, I personally have seen so many people not being able to handle alcohol, like going out, blacking out all the time, doing a bunch of dumb things because they're trying to escape doing the real healing for themselves. And so I personally have a rule, and that rule is a 30-day rule. If you cannot go 30 days without drinking, if you cannot go 30 days without smoking weed, if you cannot go 30 days without sex, if you cannot go 30 days without consuming sugar, sweets, whatever it is that has control on you or that you do consistently that is not serving you for a higher purpose, if you can't go 30 days without whatever that thing is, then that thing has a control over you. That is your vice. So for me, I feel like recommended is always being able to detox from something. If you cannot fully detox for 30 days, then you have a problem. And for me, I challenged myself at the age of 27. By the time I hit 27, I was drinking every day. I was doing a lot of hard drugs, specifically cocaine. I was doing a lot of pills, Xanax, and things like that. So it got to a point where I was like, man, if I don't stop, I'm done. I'm either going to wind up dead or in jail. So I challenged myself. And I mean, so many people had recommended me to go to AA and things like that, but I was very stubborn and I just, I refused to. And luckily for me, I have a very strong mind where I was able to get out of everything by the grace of God. So I challenged myself. I said, Ben, let's do 30 days of no alcohol and see what happens. And I would try to go a week. I would try to go 2 weeks without alcohol. And what would end up happening was I would do a week. I would do 2 weeks. I'm like, oh man, I got this. I got the mental strength. I know that it won't consume me. And what would happen? I was like, all right, I can get back into it. And when I got back into it, I dove back into the drinking every day. And I dove back into the toxicity that I was living. So I ended up doing the 30 days sober. And after I did the 30 days sober, I was like, all right, I did 30 days. I'm never going to touch alcohol again, because if I do, I know that I have an addictive personality and I'm going to get back into the drinking. So with my 30-day rule, I was able to change my life completely by cutting off alcohol. And this is a suggestion. Like, I'm not going to say like, if you do the 30 days, you're going to completely get out of whatever you're doing. But going forward in whatever journey you're in, implementing the 30-day, listen, there's 365 days in a year. If you cannot do something for 30 days, it's a problem, all right? So just 30 days without doing whatever it is, even if you're someone that watches porn, masturbation, whatever it is, 30 days without doing it, and see what happens, see how much better you feel. And usually you're gonna feel great cutting out whatever it is. And I always tell people, doesn't it feel good to feel good? So do the things that make you feel good. So another beautiful thing about life of sobriety for me is the clear-mindedness and not waking up with hangovers. If I'm not waking up hungover, if I'm not out at the bar, at the club, partying, wasting my time, like maybe trying to get a quick hookup or whatever it is, guess what? I have more time to connect with myself. I have more time to meditate. I have more time to build authentic connections with friends, with people I need to be around. I have more time to go to seminars. I have more time to learn things. I have more time to be on YouTube University soaking in information that's going to help better my life, right? I used to wake up with hangovers every day, and I used to wake up around like anywhere from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now that I live a sober lifestyle and I don't have hangovers, I'm up at 4 in the morning. I'm up at 5 in the morning, being productive, getting the most out of my day. A lot of people say they want to succeed and they want to be great, but they don't want to really put the work in. If you really want to obtain the lifestyle that you want, there is certain things that you're going to have to do to obtain those things. And one of those things is not being hungover every day. It's not being hungover all the time, right? So if I'm able to have a clear mind, I'm able to focus more on things that are going to uplift me, are going to better me. So being sober and living every day as myself and not being influenced by something that is completely taking over me has been absolutely beautiful. And I've been able to grow a stronger connection with myself. I've been able to grow a stronger connection with God. I've been able to grow a stronger connection with other people, because again, I'm not wasting my time getting myself in scenarios and scenes where alcohol will bring me. And my high school football coach used to say, nothing good happens after 10 p.m. Nothing good happens 10 p.m. when you're out partying. And from someone that has seen fights, has seen car accidents, has seen people almost lose their lives to people losing their lives, like, I preferred, if I can control not being in trouble, getting in trouble, I'm going to stay out of those situations, because I know that I need to be able to take care of myself so I can help take care of other people. All right. And then, so another big aspect for me with what sobriety has gotten me, when I was drinking, my whole life before 27, when I got sober, I used to fluctuate through weight all the time. I've been 270 pounds 2 times. And when I lost all the weight, I had cut back. I was still drinking, but I cut back on drinking as much, and I was able to work out more. And then I got into drinking hard again, and I put all the weight back on. So I see people that maybe are struggling with weight issues and they want to lose weight. And I'm a personal trainer, so people come to me all the time for advice, like, hey, like, I want to lose this weight. How do I do it? And they think it's just going to be exercising nonstop. You're going to have to, weight loss starts in the kitchen. So you're going to have to cut back on eating bad, and you're going to have to cut back on the alcohol. Like, if you really want to obtain that fit body, like, alcohol is poison. It poisons you. So you got to cut back on it so that you can live, a healthy lifestyle. So you can do things that are going to keep you in that healthy lifestyle to lose weight. It's pretty simple when you think about it. And another thing that I look at is alcohol in Arabic means body eating, soul eating, spirit. So alcohol in the Arabic language means body eating and soul eating spirit, right? And when I look at alchemy and alchemists and the way that they make certain elixirs and things like that, is that they use alcohol to extract certain properties from whatever they are working with to make whatever it is that they're making. So they use that alcohol to extract certain things from whatever it is that they're looking to make. And when I look at, hospitals, what the hospitals use, they use alcohol to extract germs and bacteria off of the equipment that they use, right? So if I look at it from the sense of a spiritual side, if I'm drinking alcohol, it's going to extract my essence. It's going to extract my soul from myself. It's going to extract my spirit. And I think at this point, everyone can understand that, we have a soul, we have a spirit. What's going on in the world right now is spiritual warfare. So if a society can constantly get you to drink nonstop every weekend, 4 or 5 days out of the week to extract your soul, extract your spirit from your body, don't you think that maybe you should kind of do the opposite, like maybe not drink as much so you're not making bad decisions? Being out in the party scene, I used to see, from my own personal experience, I used to black out on the regular. And when I would black out, I would wake up and hear these crazy stories of things that I did the night before. Bro, you got in a fight with so-and-so. Bro, you said the craziest thing to this person. Bro, you don't remember throwing that cinder block through a window? And you're like, damn, bro, like that wasn't me. I didn't do that. Why? It probably wasn't your true self, but because you blacked out and lost control of your consciousness, you allow for entities, you allow for things to come and take control over you, right? We've all seen The Exorcist for the most part, or we've seen these movies where we know that spirits can take you over. And if you're at a place of low frequency, if you're at a place where you're losing your spirit, you're allowing things to take over, and then that's why you're saying, oh, I don't remember doing that, is because it probably wasn't you. It was probably something that you allowed to take over you. So if I can cut that out and not allow that to happen, then why not do that, right? Why not don't drink to the point where you black out? Why not don't drink to the point where you lose yourself, where you're going out and hooking up with random people, and now you're taking on these random people's energy, trying to figure out why you're always depressed and why you have all this anxiety, is because you're taking people's energy on left and right, because you're out in these streets, getting crazy, drinking and sleeping with all these people. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut that out. You got to cut back on that, because that's not going to allow you to grow. That's not going to allow you to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, right? And now that I am sober, being able to have authentic relationships with people, being able to grow with people, have better people around me. I remember when I got sober and I stopped drinking, I lost what I thought were best friends. People that were supposed to be my ride or dies, people that I've been friends with since 6th, 7th grade, longer than that. I stopped drinking and they didn't want to be around. If I wasn't supporting their drinking habits and they weren't supporting my drinking habits, then it was almost well, what do we need to be around each other for? And I'd be like, hey bro, I started talking about hey bro, let's elevate, let's get better. And it's they would just blow it off. And when you first if you're out partying a lot and drinking a lot in the party scene and you decide to get sober, you're probably going to lose a lot of people that you thought were friends. And you're going to lose people that you imagine hey, if I'm not partying with this person or supporting them, they're probably going to leave. Good, let them go. Take time to be isolated by yourself. Take time to find out who you really are. Figure out and take time to realize what it is that you actually want to do in life, because the partying, the drinking all the time, it's not serving you. It's not serving a greater purpose. It's not serving your greater calling. And people are going to leave. And when people leave, guess what? You make room, you make opportunity for new people to come in that are going to actually build you up. And I'm so thankful, because when I got sober, it showed me who my true friends were. It showed me the real ones. I had my real friends stay with me and be like, hey bro, I'm never going to offer you a drink of alcohol ever again, but I'm going to support you wholeheartedly. And you know what? I was so thankful. And, I didn't come from I don't need to be around these people. I got to a point where I was able to love myself and know myself so I could be out in environments with my friends who still chose to drink and party. I would still party with them and have fun, but guess what? I didn't need to drink. I was my true authentic self, and I was having more fun than the people that were drinking because I knew I wasn't going to wake up with a hangover the next day. I knew I wasn't going to be hurting the next day. And it just allowed me to be the best version of myself. And I hope that whatever message resonated with you in this sobriety talk today, like sticks with you. If anyone's out there battling any kind of addiction or drug problem, or you're at a point where you're like teetering between, man, I know I'm drinking too much and I don't want to drink anymore, try the 30-day rule and see what happens. I am now 4.5 years sober of alcohol and drugs, and sobriety has been the best thing that has happened to my life, because if I didn't stop drinking, again, I personally had an addictive personality, I would be dead. I would be locked up in jail for killing someone in a DUI or just something stupid. And the fact that now I have complete control over my life and I've given my life to God, like, it's been the best decision I have ever made. So maybe, try the 30-day rule. See what helps you, see what works for you. And if you're not where you want to be, you have all the power to get there. It's changing lifestyle habits. It's changing your lifestyle choices. It's choosing to be better. It's choosing to, instead of being out the bar, go to the library, sit your butt home and study and find different things that are going to help you be a better person, so that as a whole, we can all be better and grow together. So today's Modality Monday was about the lifestyle sobriety that I have chosen. I hope whatever has come up, hopefully something resonated with you to try. If anyone has any questions and if anybody wants to tap in more about my journey with sobriety, please feel free to hit me up, because we all have dreams. It's one thing to have a dream. It's another thing to live your dream, and you have all the power that you need to live your dream. So I hope this helped. Peace and love to everybody. And I'll see you guys soon on the next Modality Monday. Cheers. Peace.